Live from Illini Studios, it's the WAMTASTIC Show. I'm your host, Austin Lee. Today is a very special day because it's our end of the semester crunch edition. It's our most exciting episode yet. You all waited all year and it's finally here. The theories of place. Sit back and enjoy the show. Signs are all around us. Everywhere we go, we see different kinds of signs telling us what to do, where to go, what to buy. Did you know there is a word for the study of signs? Me neither. It's called semiotics. If semiotics is the study of signs, geosemiotics is the study of physical placements of signs and our actions in the real world, which is what we'll be talking about today. There are three elements that fall under geosemiotics: place semiotics, visual semiotics, and interaction order. Let's start with place semiotics, shall we? For this, we turn to Sarah, our awesome field correspondent. Sarah?
Today we're going to be talking about place semiotics. We're on location here at the beautiful campus at Urbana-Champaign, University of Illinois. So we're going to be taking a walk around campus, see if we can see some things that represent place semiotics, which is signs in place, you know. They mean different things depending on where they are. So let's go take a look at what's around here. So here's a sign. Apparently handicapped people are supposed to go this way, so that's helpful. There's an arrow. Apparently we're supposed to go to Mexico, and we're getting either smiled or leered at. I'm not quite sure what's happening. It's probably a stop sign. Let's go check. Yes, it is a stop sign. Why is it facing this way? Well, it looks like this is probably a garage, if we look at it. So cars are going in and coming out, and the cars who are coming out, they probably want them to stop so they don't run over the pedestrians, like this lovely lady crossing right now. Don't want to run her over. So, but the sign that's meant for the people coming in is this one. It's facing the way that you'd be driving in. So it's pretty clear, you know, people going out, read the stop sign. People going in, read the permit parking sign. Now what does this mean? Handicap entrance. Where? There's also apparently a handicap entrance on the other side too. It's very confusing for me where exactly the handicap entrance is. So if you know, please dial this hotline number. Let us know there's a reward. It's confidential. We'll get right back to you. Thanks. So now we're going to talk about visual semiotics, which is how visuals have things to say, especially signs. So here we are at Subway, campus town, Urbana-Champaign. And here's a nice breakfast you can get. And it's very clear that this is breakfast because it says breakfast, there's breakfast items. But how does this really draw us in? So in the composition of images, there's something called the ideal versus the real. The ideal is usually in the upper half of the visual, and the real is in the bottom half. So this is an example in this one, because the ideal is stuff we want. There's stuff that's real looking. I mean, these are all pretty photorealistic things, if not real photos themselves. So this draws us in. You know, you look at this and you're like, I want this in my mouth. I want it. And how do I get it though? That's where the real comes in. Build your own better breakfast, 7 a.m. weekdays. Things like that. That's the information you need to know. This is the information you want. So, as well, there's something called modality involved in visual semiotics. This is how real something is. Usually in Western society, something that's very photorealistic is seen as having higher modality, higher truth. So this has, again, high modality, very truthful looking, because all these things look very real and very delicious. Just dewy. You just want to bite into it. Anyway, there's a little bit of low modality going on here with a little sun thing going on, but that kind of brings this forward. So that's a little bit about visual semiotics, courtesy of Subway. So thank you, Subway. The interaction order is essentially the grouping of social norms. that our society has taken to be given. Two people walking really close together and holding hands are probably dating. Someone standing at the front of a classroom talking is probably superior to the people sitting, listening, and taking notes. Those are just the interactions that we define, and so we know what it means when we see that kind of relationship. Maybe in a while we'll have some lucky students, very bright kids, you know, University of Illinois. Maybe we'll have some people explain this a little bit to us.
And
so we have a question about geosemiotics. Would you like to answer for us?
Sure.
All right, so see that guy in the blue shirt and the girl in the like gray shirt?
Where?
Over there, like, sitting down. They're staring
yeah.
at us because I'm pointing at them.
Uh-huh.
So do you think they're a couple?
I don't think so.
What makes you say that?
They're sitting very far apart from each other.
So people who are sitting far apart from each other probably aren't in a relationship then? Do you think they might be friends?
Yeah.
Whereas if they were sitting closer together,
Yeah.
they would probably be dating. All right, thank you. We appreciate that.
Something like
Can I
that.
ask you a question about geosemiotics? Okay. Hey, can we ask you a question about geosemiotics? Yes.
About what?
You don't even. So you see those people laying down
Yes.
by that bike?
Yeah, I
Do you think they're in a relationship?
Probably.
What makes you say that?
Because they're like leaning on each other.
Does that mean they're in a relationship? Maybe he's just tired.
It could be, but probably they're in a relationship. I would guess.
So people who are leaning close together are probably in a relationship.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Just from what I've seen.
All right, thank you very
Yeah,
much. We appreciate
anytime,
that.
Anytime.
Wow, wasn't that just fascinating? So I hope you all learned something new today. Now when you go to bars, you can intrigue all those hot girls and boys with your incredible knowledge of semiotics. Tune in next time for another episode of the WAMTASTIC Show.